All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to test 3 review day, fall 2023, Chem 131. Here's your periodic table. It's got the electronegativities, some of the ones we need. In fact, only the ones we need here. What else? We did a small change on our useful info page 2. Solubility table. I kind of grouped things that had the same conclusions, made it a little smaller, but it has the same info. I added this because I kept having to give hints. Every time I used a +3 ion, I wanted a sulfate precipitate because I knew they would make precipitates, but your old solubility table didn't tell you that. So this is the one. And you're here. And some of you are not here. You're listening at home. Yeah. The question where you have a precipitate with sulfate in it, you're going to have a different question with sulfate in it, precipitate. That red is for you. It's going to happen. I mean, I'm giving away the farm here. I'm just telling you straight up. So you see a 3+ metal ion with sulfate, then you know you don't even have to go to this table because Dr. Whitaker said it's going to be yours on the test. Okay? And there you go. We'll go with that. And we're going to start with some conversions. We love conversions now, right? I'm not even telling you what this little thing stands for anymore. I used to give it every time. What is that little symbol there? It looks like a U with a tail in front. It's the micro, yeah. And we've got micros going to seconds, microseconds going to seconds. Micros are tiny, right? You need a lot of them to make 1 second. So here's the deal. In the interest of brevity, I know you can't do this on your test, but I'm just going to do that. And I can start my question right here. Something gets rid of microseconds and give me seconds. All right. So my preference is the bigger one always has a 1 in front. And 1 second for how many little micros? I always remember micro with mega because one of them is big and one of them small, and they both have 10 to the power of some kind of 6, either positive or negative. This is the negative one, isn't it? But when I do it this way, it's 1 over 10 to the 6th is 10 to the -6. But I just like having a 1 in front of the big one and a big number in front of the small one. And I think that gets us to the answer. And anybody do that at home? I'm going to scientific notation while I'm waiting for. Yeah, how come I didn't write those last 2 zeros? Yeah. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. Yeah. I think it's times 10 to the 0, right? Did you get 9.8765 seconds? Is that your answer? Yeah, I don't even need a times 10. Oh, I'm supposed to be an eraser. Wasn't quite. Seconds. Whoa. I did that right? Calculator's always safe, right? That S doesn't look like an S. Slow start. It looks worse. We're warming up today. There we go. That's a nice S. Decimal in front's a little misleading there, yeah. Don't want that decimal. There, little surgery. Okay, I'm going to erase. Remember, I want kilometers, so I'm going to erase everything here so I can do this. Kilometers. Well, this is one where we're going from one derived SI unit, which means it's not just it has a prefix, to a different one with a prefix, right? And I forgot what it was already. Kilometers? It was kilometers, right? You guys, don't memorize millimeters to kilometers. You got enough to memorize, right? Go to the base unit, which is meters in this case. And well, yeah. And then I have millis on the bottom, getting rid of and getting me meters. Big one this time's meters. And there's how many little millis? Yeah, of all the prefixes, I gotta say, because most drug doses are milligrams, milligrams. I'd say this is the most important prefix of all, because you're not allowed to make a mistake with drug doses, right? If you get it off by even a factor of 10, you're overdosing somebody by 10 or underdosing them by a factor of 10. So millis, very important. Now I got to get it to be kilometers because the question had kilometers before I erased it. Kilometers on top, meters on the bottom. Which one's bigger? Kilos are big, and there's a 1,000 meters in a kilometer. So yeah, we're dividing that by a million. Sometimes, you know, if you don't want to use your calculator, you can do that. This is 10 to the 12th over 10 to the 6th, if you think about it, isn't it? 10 to the 12 over 10 to the 6th, which is 10 to the 6th. And it's kilometers. So if you're studying this by just looking at this, you're in trouble. You have to. I erased half the question. That's all I'm saying. I acknowledged it during the video. So next one's going to gallons, and it's worth 3 points. Man, we got to use our handout here because nobody's memorized these. I hope you haven't memorized these. All right, something that gets rid of green. There's only one, right? You guys have it in front of you, so I don't have to look it up. Isn't there grains on there only once? Well, what goes in front of grains? And give me some other unit for the numerator. 60 grain down here for 1 gram. 60 grain for 1 dram. I confused dram with gram. And now, can I get rid of dram and get to something close to a volume like liters or milliliters? Or 8 drams gets me what? 1 fluid ounce. Old school, but still used nowadays. And can get me at least to a metric volume? I think it can, right? Something that gets rid of fluid ounces and get me some kind of metric volume. What's that? 1 big liter for how many fluid ounces? 3381. And now there's a gallon liter one, isn't there? Getting rid of liters. No, that's not going to be a 1 this time, is it? 3.785. I erased some of my green line there. 3.785 liters for 1 gallon. I'm changing colors like randomly here. Sorry about that. It's crisp. The greens and the reds. You're humoring me. Okay. Okay, that's a lot of work there. We got. Yeah, it looks like a bunch of dividing. Every time you're doing a division, so you can skip all the times ones, right? Just keep hitting divide every time on your calculator. And anybody work that one out? 20089. So I'm going to stop you at the 9, right? 8 rounds to 9 is what I should have said. Because 4 sig gigs here. There you go. It was gallons we were looking for, I hope. Good. All right. So far, so good. Easy starts. Keep hammering away on those. We're going to learn them. There's a lot of mnemonic tricks for that. You can Google them. There's a typo on the phosphate, isn't there? We can go back, sure. And there it is. Yeah. Oh, okay. We're good. Oh, we can stop the video. I'm sorry about that. Here we go. Forgot.